This tutorial we're going to cover how to create a credit memo. And to do that you'll use one of two buttons here. Right here is the new credit memo, and you can also search for existing credit memos that have already been created. So we'll take a look at that real quick, and this will bring up the search form, and it brings up all current open credit memos in the system, and you just double click the one you're looking for. You can also do a search by the credit number, customer name, all the same things you can for invoices and sales orders, things like that. And if you want to see completed, just click the completed button and click refresh. And that'll load all the completed credit memos if you need to take a look at one of those. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and create a new one. Click the new credit memo button, and that will open up the credit form where you can start filling in the customer, job name, things like that. So let's just grab a customer here and just try to select a job that the return is being done on. So just grab a job here, it doesn't really matter on this. We'll make sure the taxable is set. And then we'll go to product information. Now at the top here there's invoice/order number. If you click the drop down, that'll have all the invoices/orders that this current customer that you selected under credit information has in the system. The first number is the invoice number, and then the second number is the sales order that the invoice was written on. So typically a credit memo is going to be for an item that has already been invoiced, so you want to give the customer credit back to his account. So that's what you'll need to select from. Now you don't have to select an invoice. You can just go straight to entering the part number information, same way you do on an estimate, sales order, or anything like that, and do it that way. Or like I said, you can refer it back to the original invoice that it was written from. And this will make it easier also because this invoice may have had a product on it that was using, instead of a contractor markup, it might have been using a special markup. And this will help you select it automatically so that the correct amount is credited back to the customer's account. So let's just grab one, and then we'll click on Show Invoice Products. And this brings up a list of all the products that are on that invoice that we selected. And this will shows the quantity that were ordered, the vendor name, part number, things like that, plus some additional information if you want to scroll over and take a look at it. So just pick one, just double click the line. You have to do them one at a time. So we'll take this first AU 5405. You can see it opens up here, and this one happens to be using a special markup at 90%. So we're going to make sure we're crediting the correct amount back to the customer's account. First thing you need to do is put in the quantity that's being returned right here. Let's say we're returning 2 of these. And here's the date received. And we'll come over here, and now we need to pick a return reason. And you have several choices here. There's a return defective, credit, less fee. So maybe the item was damaged, but you're still going to charge a fee for the return. There's a return defective, full credit, where you're going to give back the full amount of the retail amount. Return defective, no credit, for whatever reason, but it's there if you need it. And then return for credit, less fee. And the same options here, the same 3. The difference is defective will not be returned to inventory. Typically they're returned because they're defective, so maybe you're going to send it back to the manufacturer or vendor for replacement, or however you want to handle that. And then of course the return for credit will be a good item that's usable that you can return back to inventory. So if I select return defective, you can see the return for inventory is not selected. But if I would select the return credit less fee, it does select this. So this, when this is committed down here, this will return this item back to your inventory. Okay, so we're going to take the first one here. This is less the fee, which means now you have to select a return fee. And the return fee is either going to be dollars or a percent. So if you charge a $10 return stocking fee, then you'll enter that dollar amount. If you use a percentage of the retail amount, you'll select percentage. And the percent number you want to put in here, say if it is 20%. Now when I move out of that box, if I click out of there, it will automatically calculate the fee at 20% of the retail price, and that will be the credit amount there. And then the total credit is the times 2 right here. So at this point, all we have to do is click Save Part Number, and that will add it to the list down here. And it also creates the total amount for the credit. So if you're done, you can go ahead and print it out or whatever you need to do. Or if you need to add more products, just click on the Show Invoice Products button again, and then select the item you want to add to this credit memo. Alright, so once that's done, we can come over here now, go under Credit Information. We'll just do View Only and do a customer copy. And you can do this if you want to print out a copy for the customer. Click Generate Credit, and there's your credit. Here's the item. Again, that's the customer copy. And you can print this out from here using this button, Print Report. The other thing you can do is you can leave it unchecked here. You can check whatever copies you want and click Generate Credit, and it'll print every one of those copies for you. Now once that's been completed, of course you have the same tabs up here you have on other forms, estimates, and whatever. This is where you can add notes if you need to. This will give you the credit details on the order itself, and any documents that you might need to save with this credit memo can be done here. So when you're ready, then you can simply, when it's ready to be committed, just check this box and click Save Credit. And again, what that will do is commit that credit memo so that the products are marked back to inventory, and it'll be ready. If you use QuickBooks, it'll be ready to send to QuickBooks or to your any accounting that you might need. So we'll go ahead and click Save Credit, and when that's done, it's saved and it's been committed. And that was number 114. So we'll go ahead and close that. So if we look under Search Credit Memos, come down here to Completed, refresh, there's number 114. So if we need to take a look at it, just double click it, and it'll open if you need to view it, print out copies, or whatever it is you might need to do. And there it is. So we'll cover, if you use QuickBooks, we'll cover sending that into QuickBooks in a different tutorial. So if you have any questions on this or comments, please give us a call or email, and we'll be happy to help you out. Thanks again.